Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you are doing fantastic in every part of the world you are living at the moment. This is Mo again with another episode of Business Talks. And for tonight, or let's say today morning here in Australia, it's around 10:03 a.m. in the morning, and in Canada and the US is around 8 p.m. in Eastern time and 5 p.m. in the Western time. Or Pacific time. So for tonight, I've decided to invite from one of the most successful digital business owners from Toronto, Canada. Raza Aziz will be with us. And Raza, how you doing?
I'm doing great, my friend. It's
How
good to
you
be
guys
here.
doing? Yeah.
And good to be, I guess, late over here, early over at your end.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's Sunday morning here, and I reckon it should be Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening in Canada, or let's say the
That's right.
US, the Western Hemisphere. So, for the beginning, could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself, your background, where were you joining, and what were you up to
Yeah,
before joining this online business?
absolutely. So I'm here in Toronto, Canada. I've been here for about 31 years. Yeah, 31
Mm.
years. I'm
31. Oh
married.
my God.
Yeah, 31 years. I was 14 when I came here, and I'm 45 today. So yeah, it's been a fun ride, and of course, I'm married. I've got a 12-year-old daughter as well, and thanks to COVID, my March 2020, I remember very clearly. I was in California, and I had my last ever uh, professional gig as a speaker.
Mm.
So that's what I was doing over the past 6 7 years as a professional speaker. I had an opportunity to travel around the world and meet wonderful people, speak on tons of stages, all of that stuff. So that all came to an end March 2020. So my last speaking gig was in California. I was in Los Angeles, and yeah, that put me on a trajectory, to in March 2020. By I think April or something like that, I started looking like, okay, what is my next move? And that's what started turning the wheels and looking and exploring my options because my
Mhm.
career had ended. That I absolutely loved, by the way. I absolutely enjoyed
Yes.
my career. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you see
So
in this
that's
online
that's the
opportunities that you chose this online opportunity?
Mo, what was going on is one of the things that I knew is I wanted to own businesses. Like that's something that I had been exposed to during my travels. I had met a few people who owned multiple companies, and they were business owners. They were not operators; they were owners of companies. So that's something that I was looking to do. So that's what I started diving into. So I was doing my research. I was exploring local businesses over here, like an accounting firm. I was evaluating laundromats over here. I was evaluating car washes. Like these were the businesses I was exploring and trying to see, how I could possibly own it and have like teams working in there. And I was looking for existing businesses. So while I was researching, I believe it was the laundromat business I was researching or an accounting firm. I can't remember what it was. I was on YouTube and I came across an ad, and that ad talked about kind of really intriguing me to looking at, instead of necessarily owning an offline business, how about starting an online business? And that's what got my wheels turning. I'm like, you know what, during that time, especially, and I'm sure all over the world it was like that any one or any organization that had figured out this whole online thing was just thriving. And I thought to myself, why not? I'm like, how can I get a piece of this whole online thing? And that's what got me into this whole online business conversation.
Yes, absolutely appreciate it. And because I reckon the topics for tonight's, let's say, interview is pretty self-evident that by choosing the online space, you're gonna take the less distance when you're traveling towards your goals, towards your dreams. And yeah, I just want to ask you for the next question, that Raza, what did you see in these opportunities that you reckon it's gonna be taking a less distance as opposed to the let's say other business opportunities or even
Yeah.
offline opportunities that you were experiencing before that?
Yeah, I'll give you a very small example. One of the things that I see you got the quote down there. I took the road less traveled, and it's made all the difference. And I think that's what I've always done. Like one of my mentors taught me that the idea of that if you're looking to go on a path and everybody's going in one direction, you choose the opposite. And that's what really got me here. So when I was looking at evaluating these companies, the accounting firm and the laundromats and everything, one of the things that happened is that the accounting firm, their lawyer, because I had approached them, I'm like, I would be interested in buying this company. Their lawyer sent me a letter saying that I need to deposit $50,000 in trust so that they can open up their books for me so I can evaluate. And again, if it's not for me, they would give me my $50,000 back. And the company was going to cost me. They were asking close to $1 million for the company. Of course, I would have to get partially I would have to get a loan from the bank and all of that stuff. And even let's just say that I go down that route, it would have taken me approximately 4.5 to 5.5 years for me to break even on the investment that I would put into the company. Okay. Like that's what the math was saying. So when I looked at the online opportunity and when I looked at the business that I could start and leverage the existing platforms that are in play, the Google platform, the YouTube platforms, and so many others that are available, I'm like, hold on a second. I've never really done this before. And in my investment is nothing close to 50, 60, 80, $1 million. This made sense to me that my break even time would be a lot sooner. And I would leverage one of the hottest things that is going on, that businesses are using, and businesses that are not using these platforms are actually dying. So why not jump in and establish something for myself where I have the flexibility of leveraging the online platforms like social media and the online advertising platforms, and make it happen. So that's why I chose to go down this route. Not only that my break even point is going to be, time frame is going to be smaller, but I get to learn the cutting edge technology and everything that I need to use.
Okay, okay. So to give a bit of a breakdown to the guys that are watching us at the moment, so what are we exactly talking about? And yeah, and what are we exactly putting on the table as an option for the guys out there watching us, even seat fencer, fence sitter, or for example, the other guys that is not yet registered in our website. So what are we exactly doing, and what are we exactly teaching them or talking about them?
Yeah. So we're really talking about having your own online business, period. And where most of the infrastructure setup is done for you, so that you don't get caught up in nitty gritty stuff. Mo, one of my previous life as a professional speaker, I've had the opportunity to rub shoulders with a lot of successful people, people who built good brands and all of that stuff. And I've seen many of their courses that they are selling from stages and seminars and workshops. And the one thing that I realize most courses teach is how to set up the infrastructure. And for an average person who's never really done this thing before, it's like, I give an example of, if you are going to go, let's say if you're going to go to, I don't know, from Sydney to Melbourne, I don't know, I'll just use that as an example. I don't know if you can drive. I'm sure you could drive. It'll take take a long time.
Yeah.
But let's just say you're going to drive, and instead of just hopping in the car and going there and driving, imagine if you start building the car, that you start putting the engine together, you start putting the motor together, you got to have the right fluids, the body, all of that stuff. Well, that's exactly what's happening in the online space. Most people are teaching out there on how to build the online business and then teach you how to build the pieces. I was not interested in building the pieces. I'm like, I don't care. I don't have the patience for it. Just let me know, how can I launch this business and start getting into what I call the fun part of the business. and that is making money. you know, that's
Yes.
what the end goal is. So I was like, I didn't want to start building the pieces, and that's what I found here. That the entire infrastructure was built for me. The whether it was the website, whether it was the email trail, whether it was the product mix, whether it was high, I call it high ticket closers, all of that stuff was pretty much set up for me, and all I had to do is just learn how to leverage social media and how to leverage and how to do fun things like this, like these interactions, to be able to build a brand and market products and offers and services to the right people. And that's what I found here. So I mean, that's what we're really talking about here, that if you're really looking, I was in another part of Canada, in Alberta, and I was making an ad in some mountains. I was there, and I was making, and I was talking about it, that a lot of people, and it doesn't mean for you to start this business doesn't mean that you have to be broke right now. Many people who I work with are professionals; they make good money, but the problem is they are time poor. So my proposition to them is quite simple. It's like, okay, what if I was able to show you a way to make the same kind of money that you're making in your job, but spend less time doing it, so that you have more time for the things that are important to you, right? That you want to spend time with. So that's really the proposition over here.
Yes. And yeah, to add my spin on it, we are selling the business model. We are selling the, let's say, the online business opportunities that are on the table. And we are learning in these opportunities how to make advertisement and run our advertisement in 6 social media platforms, including Google, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest. And yes, as you truly said, they are all tools and services available, harnessed in your favor, in your best interest, in order to make your advertisement and sell your online business, let's say, to the other guys out there, by inviting them to watch the free webinar, by registering their name and email address in your website. So because the heavy burden are going to be, let's say, carried out by the system instead of us. So that's the beauty of this online business that we are offering you guys. Because by doing this online business, you're gonna have more time, more quality time to spend with your family and loved ones, though the business are running in the background and doing the advertisements, doing the, let's say, selling the products, or let's say managing your websites and funnels and email managements and all other stuff like that. So yeah, that's the true statement if you're saying that the online business that we are offering you guys is almost fully automated. Because out of the 3 pillars that we are talking about in every marketing online, either or offline, which are consisted of products, funnels, or websites, or let's say as a path to communicate between you and your customer and the customer itself. So out of these 3 pillars, the very first 2 pillars are going to be handled by the system instead of us. So that's the reason that we are saying this business model is fully automated almost, because the funnels will be handled by the administration team or by the IT team.
Sure.
And the products, though the products are available, though the products are being sold, because that's the way that the commissions will be paid, by selling the products. And everybody gonna join this online business have to, let's say, as a last step, buy some kind of products in order to enter this business. But having said that, we are not advertising, we are not selling, we are not worrying about any kind of products or services at all, because the system, the, let's say, administration guys behind the scenes are handling this kind of stuff. So that's the reason that we are saying, by doing this online business, you're going to have more time, you're going to have, let's say, more time freedom, as opposed to the other online businesses out there like Amazon, Shopify, or other affiliate marketing solutions that they are dealing directly with the goods. Raza, if you're,
That's right.
let's say, agreeing with me, because they are dealing with the goods, they are dealing with the advertising about the items and about the products. And that's the the thing that I was hating, that because I already tried like other businesses like Amazon and Shopify, before joining this online business, and unfortunately, none of them was working for me. I don't know whether it is the case for you or not, because you were the motivational speaker before that. But yeah, I already tried that, but none of them was working for me, because there was always engaged in product, in promoting, or let's say in advertising about products, and yeah, talking about products or selling products or giving the prices to the suppliers and to the buyers, and arranging the shipments or any other stuff, which was
Mm.
completely a heavy burden on my shoulders, and I didn't want to have it anymore, because it didn't have any, let's say, affordable, or let's say expectable result for me, as opposed to the amount of time that I was putting there. So by joining this online business, by doing this online business, I'm pretty capable of having the quality time, though, earning five-figure incomes at the end of the day. So that is absolutely a peace of mind for almost anybody. And yeah, we are asking you guys to give it a try, because it is absolutely free of any kind of charge if you're registering your name and email address, either in my website or in Raza's website, which will be put in the comment section after the end of the live. And yeah, this is the first step, guys. I'm watching a free webinar, a 90 minutes webinar, in which we are talking about the pillars of this online business in the first 30 minutes. And the last 60 minutes will be exclusively, uh, let's say, talking
Testimonials.
about
Yeah.
guys that are doing this online business, testimonying about their journey, about their story, the life story before and after joining this online business, and talking about their why and amount of income that they are earning at the moment. So yes, Raza, what do you want to say about the compensation plan, or let's say the ultimate goal of this online business? Or what's
You
your
know,
ultimate goal for joining this
yeah.
online business and for doing this online business?
Well, see, the ultimate goal is to be, we live in a society where the, mode of exchange that we have declared is monetary. We don't trade in cattle and cows and chickens anymore. So yes, as part of living, we need to be able to make money. And that's what the bottom line is. But the question really is, why do you want to make the money? What is it that you want to do with the money? Everybody has certain goals. I'll tell you something. I mean, I was just talking to Mo before we started the interview, and at it's about 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now.
Mm.
At 4:15 a.m. this morning, my grandma passed away, and the person who was taking care of her, and my grandma had been bedridden for a whole year and a half, and the person who was taking care of her was my mom. My mom was already in her, and my mom is already in her 60s, and for her to be taking care of her mom, it just, to me, it was one of those moments that made me realize what's truly important, because quite frankly, I've been on a journey that I want to be big enough not only just to live for myself and cover my household expenses and save for my wife and I, our future, and my daughter's future, but I want to be big enough to be able to support my parents financially. My mom and my dad, they had divorced years ago, so they live in two separate households. So, and if you know anything about Canada, or the lifestyle over here, and they don't live it at a huge lifestyle. So if I just kind of do a ballpark kind of thing, if I want to be able to support them financially, I want to be able to provide for my family, pay for my expenses, save for my daughter's future, and all of that stuff. I mean, I'm talking easily between $15,000 to $25,000 a month. Now, this is not how people live, and I'm not talking about lavish living over here, right? I'm talking about providing with some basics for my family, a decent lifestyle, and being able to support the parents who actually provided for me and raised me up to be capable. And I meet so many people online, and I meet so many people offline as well, who have the same dreams, who are just so focused on just living their day-to-day life that they forget about supporting the causes that are important to them, the people that are important to them. And all of a sudden, if something emergency comes up, they're strapped for cash, and all of that stuff. So when we're talking about making money, why do you truly want to make money? Well, I want to make money so that I can be bigger than my challenges, and I can be more resourceful for the things that I want to accomplish. I want to be able to, if my daughter wants to, she's right now 12 and she's saying she wants to be a vet, an animal doctor. And that's great. I want to be able to provide, I want to be able to go out there and buy vet clinics and be able to provide it for her so that she can manage them and establish her own self. We want to be able to provide a house for her as a starter home, because house prices are going nuts over here right now. Inflation is going a lot faster than the job increases are happening. So when you see all of that stuff, you got to start thinking outside the box. And to me, the road less traveled is not the job road. It is the road outside. It is doing things out of the norm. It is looking at things as like, okay, how can I be much more efficient with my time? How can I not live a deferred lifestyle? Because we all do. One day we will be 60, 70 years old, then we will do this. When I retire, then I will do this. To me, I need to close that gap to now, because my daughter is 12 now. My mom, my dad, they need my help now, not 10 years from now. So to me, that's what this business represents, for me to become bigger and for me to become resourceful, so that I can be the person who I know to be, and to be able to help all the causes that are important to me. So that's the ultimate goal, my friend.
What a fantastic finish. What a fantastic, let's say, statement from Raza. So everybody that is joining us, that is watching us, time freedom and financial freedom. This is the boiling down of this statement for half an hour that we've been talking about. If you are after the financial freedom, if you are after the time freedom, this is the best opportunities out there. This is a, let's say, train that is, let's say, moving with the full speed at the full throttle. And if you're going to catch it, if you're going to pick it up, so please do not, let's say, procrastinate anymore, and register your name and email address in either my website or Raza's website, and watch the free webinar. Because by this, let's say, the very first step, you're going to be able to get to know about the online business opportunities that we're talking about. And after that, you're going to enter the second step, the trial phase, by paying $149 US in order to distinct yourself of the other guys out there that are, let's say, just seeing, or let's say, watching this online business opportunities, but it's not important for them to make a change in their life. So by entering the trial phase, you're going to get to know about the online business that we are offering you in full details, and you're going to get, let's say, 3 to 4 hours videos, pre-coaching videos, and you'll be a member to the online private communities that we are having. Around 99,000 people are, let's say, talking and are posting about their income statements and other stuff in this group. And your coach will be assigned to you exclusively and talk about the different options on the table, because you're getting to know about the products that you're gonna get, let's say, to buy in order to start your online business, and about the pricings and about the other stuff. So it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, you're having 1 month of time in order to think about these online business opportunities, whether you're gonna continue, or let's say whether you're not going to be continue. And so if in case you're not going to continuing, so you're going to be refunded in full without losing any kind of sense. So this is absolutely free of any kind of charge and risk for you, if you're even taking the leap of faith and entering the trial phase. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Reza. And I'm so sorry for your loss. My deepest condolences to you and to your family. And thank you again for your time, and wish you all guys having the wonderful Sunday ahead.
Thank you.
See you there. Bye-bye.